When you're setting up your body activations through centers, and our communications are coming in through digital systems. Our digital framing system is on duality systems. That's where everybody's going through a lot of confusing mind signals. Our body adaptations and our thoughts and everything through our knowns and our actions and our reactions are going through so many ascensions. So it's understanding, take your ascensions of your dualities. Okay, the duality that you live in and the duality of space. There's two, right? That's ascension division. That's the communication when it comes to the God frequency levels, all through formations. Thank you all the subscribers and viewers that have been watching my channel as I keep force rising, grand rising, help you out as I go along. I know I didn't do my video this morning as I always do, but I went to a baseball game. I was invited to, my daughter was playing, so I just got back now. So now I'm doing a late video. Other than that, feel free to go through any questions, emails, PayPal donations. Today, what's going to happen is, like I'm saying, understanding dualities is understanding where I'm coming from, is knowing where you're coming from your body activation system. It communicates on so many levels of divisions when it comes to vibrations, and that's why a lot of people are going through a lot of not of understanding, and your communications of yourself is changing everything through the grounds, powers, and atmospheres. So it's good to know these things because I pretty much know everything when it comes to space and time and how everything is sequenced. It's understanding the atmospheres. It's understanding everything that's going on through its energies. There's a lot of things that are happening right now, and there's a lot of things that are changing. Humanity is changing vibration. Communications are changing everything through our body activation systems. Our perceptions are changing. Our colorations are changing. Our rhythms are changing. Our seismographings are changing. So today, I'm still trying to get this other channel set up. It's going to take a while. But what I want to do is I'm going to split it in half. There's going to be two dualities. I'm going to do the Galactic Force Team Delta Division first, because we have a test coming up on the microbiome. And then I'm going to do the continuation on how we come into the basic understanding of meditation. So it's kind of like two dualities. So I go from one vibration extremely high to a low vibration to humanity vibration system to its ascension. So that way you can understand on the second half. So I like to do a half hour of class of the Galactic Force Team Delta Division and another half hour of the beginning when it comes into the galactic circle of meditation. I think this is going to help a lot more with human vibrations, and everybody will get and say, oh, okay, I understand it now. So you get both the best worlds, right? The reality that you live in and the reality that you live in space. So you don't want to separate those two. You want to keep those tensions together, but you have to understand you can't have two vibrations. They have to be one. They have to be synced as one. Okay, it's like when you take the cosmic flame, the cosmic fire, or anything through the elixir, or anything through the serpent flame or fire. You have to bring it together, right, to formulate it into the yin and yang. And then you use the definitive to the expression of yourself. Everything has a characteristic of an expression. It's very powerful stuff when you get into the dualities and everything through its sanctions. Because you set yourself when it comes to the dichotomy system. You set yourself up when it comes to your program system. You set yourself up when it comes to the algorithm system. So it's knowing how powerful you are through all ascensions. So it's all about getting the two dualities into one frequency level of one line system. That's going to help everybody along the way and put you into a position that you want to go through balance. Another thing I want to bring to everybody's attention is to know how powerful you are, is to know where you are through division of balance. Now everybody can either stay where they are or they can keep uprising. It's totally up to you. It's all about you discovering yourself and how far you want to go with this. You can stay at that division or you can go to a higher division. It's totally up to you. Now you follow your own path. And that's the most beautiful thing. You follow everything when it comes to your perceptions, anything through audio signals or anything in the mind collaboration systems coming into the microbiome, right? When we do that test, we'll get a little bit more information when it comes to healing, right? So Paul, how's it going? So basically I missed the morning class. It's because I was outside and I got a little bit of sunburn. My daughter was playing baseball, slow pitch. So basically I was out there half the day, spent the whole day outside. So I thought I was going to do a video, but then there was too many people around and, you know, I didn't want to change anything through atmospherics. As soon as I set up my voicing grids, it changes everything, right? And that's another thing we have to be cautious too, is to be careful with our voicing grids. So anybody comes in your seismographing system, the more you understand your intelligence of its locations, the more you understand everything through the pyramids, everything through your seismographings, because your seismographing spread. Okay, so just imagine your energy field's going like this, extremely fast. The faster it goes, the more intelligence and knowledge. the more you spin rotations to anything through community when it comes to human vibrational systems, because you can change somebody's energy. You can change the coloration. You can change their algorithm. You can change the program if you understand this dichotomy through their system, not your system, because you have balance with your vibration. So understanding you have vibration balance when it comes to your dualities, the duality you're living in, which is the real reality, and then you have the reality, which is its dream reality. So you have the two, you bring those together into one vibration, not separated into two. One, it comes together. Everything comes together. That's why we have the yin and yang, father and mother, archangels and angels, and myself through its connection. Okay. So the first half hour is going to be the Galactic Force Team Delta Division. We're going to stay at that level. And then the next half hour is going to be everything through its balance when it comes to the beginning, how to breathe, get into chakra system, meditation, everything through that. Understanding how to use your voice and grids. I'll get into that when it comes to levels of human understanding, why we're put on this earth, because I have those videos. It's understanding where you are, where you're coming from, where you're going, because your ascension is everything, right? And I keep saying that, especially now, because everything is connected through nature, and nature's calling right now. It's sending out clarion calls. It's road graphing systems. It's changing algorithm systems, changing programs. It's changing human vibration. And that's what's happening right now. That's where everybody's going crazy because they don't know what to do with themselves, right? So if you're not aware of these things, if you're not meditating and you're not aware of community, if you're not aware of the governments, if you're not aware of the corporations, these are the things you have to look at. And the best thing that you can do is to be calm, constantly calm, have the peace within, know how to be humble, understand stability, understanding humility. All these things come together, right? Michael, how's it going? So I usually have my coffees in the morning, but I decided to get a large coffee. I need my coffee. This is my second cup. I don't think you want to drink any more than 2 coffees, because if you drink any more than 2 coffees, you're kind of like hitting the roof. All right, so basically, like I said, the first half is going to be the Galactic Force Team Delta Division, because we have tests coming up in the microbiome. Everything through information. We went through the atom system, which is extremely, extremely powerful. Jules came up with, I think, between so many levels of atoms and everything through, it's amazing what he was seeing through his perception. He was seeing diamond cores, he was seeing solar flares, he was seeing atom of synchronizing systems, communication line signals. He was seeing his graphic signals or come to communications to all levels when it came to the synchronicity level system. Okay, so it's kind of like seeing this into locations, right? Really, really powerful stuff. And how it connects in all round divisions. Okay, so I'm going to just show you something that's really, really cool. Okay, so every time you do anything through shape, through your geometry system, you have to understand your duality that you're living in through this correlation center. Okay, it's very important to understand these things. Yeah, Michael, I'll get a chance. I didn't watch your video. I'll get a chance, because I know you do your spiritual mediums on Sunday. Okay, so it starts off something like this. Okay, now understanding what's going on through all communications. This is duality. This is how it splits. It's kind of like a curtain. So you got one reality, you got another reality. Everything that centers you, that's the point center. So it's understanding how to keep yourself in the center. Okay, that's what's very important. It's not taking things out now, guys. It's how to keep yourself in the center. So the higher you go up, you don't come out of the equation, you stay in the center. That's where it gets confusing with the dualities. That's where it gets confusing with your dream sets. That's where it gets confusing with humanity. So it's understanding that you don't take things out of its equation. You keep it in the center. So the more it stays in the center, the more it expands. Okay, so that's what's happening right with what's going on with the microbiome. Okay, because everything through communication is its answering pattern. Its answering pattern is its communication level when it comes to the Arthur system. So it's really, really paying attention to what's going on through all communications, right? Because you have to understand your dualities and where you live, right? You're in this reality, okay? But your real reality is space, right? So understanding the two, that's the self-dichotomy, right? So you want to separate that, but you don't want to take it out. You want to keep it in its center. And when you keep it in its center, the atom just nothing but expands. It expands, and once it expands, it changes the energy surface, it changes the atmospheres, it changes the planets, it changes the galaxies, it changes humanity through vibration. Okay, so this is what happens when you stay in the center. Okay, because it's a reversing cycle. That's where we get into two dualities, right? You start up with the duality, you understand which duality you're in, then you understand your sanction, then you understand everything the God frequency levels. Are you God or are you demigod? Are you an angel or are you archangel? Okay, everything is an uprise. Okay, so you take things out of equation until you get to a certain point, certain level, through a certain upgrade, through a data processing system, then you stay in the center. So when you stay in the center, it expands, it expands, it expands. It's bigger and bigger. Okay, that's what happens. So it doesn't come out of its equation. It stays in the center and it goes round and round and round and round. So now you're force winning your cycles. Now you're going into rotation centers. Okay, so that's understanding you're staying in one duality, which is two dualities, but it's split into one center, which is one vibration. It's not split in two, it's split in one vibration. So you understand the DNA structure when it comes to the atom, okay, of dimension. Okay, so it's understanding where you are. Right? You already know that. What division are you in? What dimension are you in? If you're communicating through anything, through line signals, anything through an acting cycle, you have to understand, if somebody comes up to you and they say, okay, they are a light formation, right? So, okay, so what level you are at through dimension? I just related to a star recognition light system through communication of dimensional realm, through a dichotomy, through an activation light, through a communication of a star. And then you say, well, I'm in the dimension of 36,000. Oh, okay, that's cool, right? So that just states that you're in that balance. So to get there, you have to stay in the center. So when you stay in the center, you expand. So it's kind of like your energy fields that go like this, right? And they get bigger and bigger, 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 bigger. So your energy is spreading. It's taking the seeds and it's going like this. Okay, you know how you get an airplane and you go off, there's crops like corn or anything like that, or anything they're fertilizing, get a plane, it goes, and it just goes, right? So it's spreading, right? Your energy is spreading. So the more it spreads, the more it takes out the dark, especially with the galactic force team in the Delta division. They're going to feel it more. They feel it more than anything else because they're already connected through the dualities. Okay, so we start off with the atom of a dimension. Now that dimension opens its portal. That opens up everything through an acting cycle. That cycle opens it up through its algorithm. Okay, so it's cycle. Atom of dimension of cycle. Okay, because now you get into cycle rotations, right? Because that's how everything rotates in the world, right? Cycles and rotations. Okay. Right. Now this is where it gets confusing. So the test is basically based on staying everything in the center, understanding your dualities, because everything is split like that. Okay. Right? Light and dark. Okay. So this is dark. All right. See that? Okay. Well, because it's back phrase, but you understand one's light, one's dark, and then you understand everything. So this is where it gets complicated. This is understanding that the atom is on a force recognition system of light and dark through communication through its cycle rotation center. So basically it uses its chakra system, okay, which is 12. Always stays at 12. It doesn't go any higher than that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so you got 12 chakra systems, right? You got the communication of its atom. It's going to expand through its dimension, which is connected through its cycle of its rotation. Now, the atom of the dimension, okay, is going to stay in the center. It's not going to come out of its equation because it's changing everything through a geometry system. So when Jules was setting up pictures, it was pretty cool. He set up a crop circle. And if you look at his pictures on the Galactic Force Team private link, you'll see all shapes and numbers. Like I said, that's how it's calculated, modified, everything, integration. So you take everything out of its equation, but once you get past that point, you stay in the center and you expand, okay? You don't have to take things out of the equation because you're in its duality of space and time. So this is where we're coming into, is we're coming into space and time, because you guys are going through space, right? But now we're separating that. And that's the difference between dualities, the duality of space and the duality of time, right? The duality of space and the duality of time, the dark and the light, the geographical system, the dimensional of its portal activation system, the correlation centers of the point divisional levels, point centers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 7 within the center, right? So instead of taking it out of its equation, it expands through its dimension, through its atom, through its cycle of its rotation. Okay, so this is what the test is going to be on. Okay, and then we're going to put a little bit more into how everything is chronologically in its order, how everything goes through its lacing lines. This is where you come into pattern divisions with space discoveries. When I was talking about, you take a lacing line through line system, you shadow its division. As soon as you place light in that location, it changes its pattern. Right? So it's all about everything that you see through your digital system. So if you see the pattern change, then you'll see that it doesn't come out of its equation. It just spreads. If you look at water, you see how it goes in every direction, but it spreads, but it goes through its motion, and it keeps doing the same thing over and over and over, but it spreads more and more and more and more. Okay, so you start up taking off things out of the equation, but once you understand the duality of space and time now, because, you know, the galactic force team and Delta Vision only understands space, but now you're coming into space and time, which is its duality between space of its reality, okay, and its reality of the one that you live in, okay, because there's two realities. There's the space reality and there's the dream reality, okay? So understanding the space reality is the reality you're living in. The dream reality is the falsity system. So that's where it's confusing to the mind system. But once you come into space and time, you split its division, then you understand everything through light and dark. So this is where it gets extremely complicated, right? So it's understanding the psychological system, how it connects in all realm divisions. But you got to understand everything through the atom of its division, of its cycle rotations, space and time, okay? Through the chakra systems. So if you communicate with the chakra system, you just got the grounds, right? And then you got everything through the roots, okay? And then you got the sacral, and then you work your way up to the heart, the throat. Okay, then you get into the psyche, then you get into the crown chakra. So it's understanding everything through point division. Okay, your point center. Your point center stays in its duality of space and time. So you stay centered. You don't come out of its equation because you're at a higher level through the God frequency levels when it comes to its atom of its dimension. Because everything high rises when you come into the cycle rotations. Okay. So understanding your cycles, understanding your rotations, understanding your atom of its dimension, then you can come into the healing through the geometry systems. So you understand how we use crop cycles, crop circles, and how it calculates, modifies, and takes things out of its equation. But when we use the planet location systems, what happens is it spreads. So it's understanding the seismographing system, okay, understanding the energy fields, because a planet has its own vibration, it has its own energy, it has its own coloration. It has its own shape. It has its own letter number, okay, through tractions or anything through fraction division. Take longitude and latitude. Okay, so you got to know your up and you got to know your downs and you got to know your wide angles, right? Side angles, left angle, you know, northwest, south, and east when it comes to your traveling mechanisms. These things are very important when you're coming into space and time. That's why it's a lot more confusion now, okay? But you really have to understand the atom of its dimension, of its cycle rotations, right? So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the collective force team to understand what's going on through the geometry systems, okay? Setting core centers at all divisional levels, take the collective force team in division of its atom of its dimension to cycle rotation centers. The rotation centers are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 level systems, 12 head level systems in connection of space and time. Have fun. So you guys have to understand everything when it comes to your dichotomies. You have to understand everything through its connection when it comes to dualities and its sanctions and everything through its system. Okay, these things are very important. So you're going to go through a geometry set division. You're going to go through space and time through connection. You're going to go through your atom of its dimension. Like I said from yesterday, you guys are in the center core of its atom. So an atom does nothing but expand. It doesn't come out of its equation. It just expands and gets bigger and bigger. So it's understanding that to cleanse anything from the dimension of Earth, you spread it, okay? Because it's already out of its equation. It's already set its division. So the next thing to do is to evolve, is to expand the heart, Okay, the heart doesn't come out, it expands. So you guys are past that point now through your divisions when you're in the delta divisions, right? So that's the next thing we have to learn. We have to get into the appreciation of what's happening with its duality when it comes to space and time, through anything, through connection, right? So the geometry set system is setting up its quantum fields now through its algorithm system. The programs are setting up to everything through electronic interference. The energy of its rotation system is changing everything through the cycles. Atom of its dimension is changing everything through its expansion. So right now, you guys are in the center core of this shape. Okay, and everything around you is intelligence. So it's understanding that the intelligence is going to come into your circle. Okay, so it's all about getting friendship, relationship, and partnership. Okay, so have fun. So I got about 15, 20 minutes, and then I got to do another video about humanity coming back, who they are. I really want humanity to really understand, because now I have the balance, because I'm at 500 million years into the future. My platitude vision through my body activation has changed. I don't know if you know this, but there's a lot of protesters that are on the streets right now. I don't know if you know this, but everything through all connections when it comes to the answering patterns, everything that's coming out through the sensories and all that, it's coming to its surface. So all the dark surface is breaking free, and the light is expanding. And that's why humanity doesn't understand their body activations. They don't understand what's going on with the mind system. That's why it's very, very confusing for a lot of people. If you don't understand your dualities of your ascension, you're going to have confusing line signals. Okay, and that's going to overlap everything through your communication line signals and anything through its alignments. So it's very important that you get into that. So that's why I'm separating the two dualities, the two ascensions, the delta division and the humanity division, which is the galactic circle of meditation. I think it's going to help out a lot of people. And the thing is, it could probably help the Galactic Force Team Delta Division. You guys can get in that instead of watching my videos. I got over 700 videos, and I talk about everything in sequence, everything in line sequence, everything in chronological order, because your AI commander puts everything in order. That's understanding everything has to be in its frequency of its vibration. You can't skip videos because it's different energy, different vibration, different coloration, different intelligence, different planets, different locations. So it's very important you don't jump hop like a frog. It's very important you stay with that line signal, okay? Because it's understanding more communications when it comes into that. So we have the intelligence line signals right now. They're coming to come into this center, okay? They're going to change your rotation centers and put you in space and time. So the intelligence is coming in right now, right? So basically, what's happening? So intelligence is coming in like this, okay? Now, the Galactic Force Team is inside. Now, the correlation of its red, okay, is higher forms of intelligence. So it's understanding getting full communication, because the intelligence of its realm at the 6th divisional levels and 7th within the center is the Galactic Force Team Delta Vision. So you guys have to understand everything through space, and you have to understand everything through time, and you have to understand everything through its atom of its dimension of cycle rotations, okay, through your chakra system. All right. So anyway, how's everybody doing? Awesome. So true. Yep. Live was over the place today. Did what I could. Great. Energetics, unified. Important to remember the difference of spreading out, high rising, it's healing, nothingness. But if we keep high rising, we leave, can't go too high. So now spread. Yep. Michael's right. You can only reach a certain level. And because what happens, it splits its division, it splits its vibration, and it's extremely too fast through rotation centers. If you don't understand your atom system, okay, your ascension of its awakening, okay, will go into corruption. It will go back down to its low vibration, and it'll go back into its three-dimensional system. So that's why you guys have to stay at a certain level, okay, till you understand everything that's going on through intelligence, everything through energy, everything through coloration, everything through planet rotations. You have to understand your alignments of past, present, and future fully and completely. So that duality of the three elements comes together into one. Same with the duality when it comes into your dream sets, and everything through its reality of space comes into one. Now the expansion of its atom, okay, stays in the center. It doesn't come out of its equation now. Okay, so it's kind of like climbing a mountain. It loses its altitude and you can't breathe. You know, so the higher you go, the more oxygen you need, right? Until you guys understand what's going on with its intelligence, you have to stay at a certain point. Because the thing is, too, is knowing everything through your test reviews and evaluations. This helps you along the way. This puts you in a better position. Okay, so everything through intelligence, okay, is helping you out through communication, understanding everything. So we're going to change it to pink. Now the correlation system is going to set correlations to other dimensions of portals. Okay, so more intelligence is coming in. So the more intelligence comes in, the more you understand your dualities, the more you understand your atoms, the more you understand your rotations, the more you understand your cycles. Okay, let's start off with that. Okay, so we got this, and now these guys are coming in. All this intelligence, different color, it's going into the center. So it's like one big meeting. You guys are going through that right now. So you guys have to understand your dualities and understand how to stay in the center of everything. Okay? That's where it gets confusing. Okay? And the thing is, too, is that once you get into coloration system, this is a crop cycle. This is a crop circle. So everything that you see through point center, okay, is its connection when it comes to its gravity system, is its connection when it comes to circle rotation. So the circle rotation, imagine it has a platform like this. Now just imagine laser coming up, right? Constantly coming up. Every day. So what does it do? It expands the atom, which is you, through the center. So instead of high rising, because you're hitting the grounds now, you're expanding and you're spreading the energy of light activation through the seismographic system. So it spreads out to northwest, south, and east, and it just spreads and spreads and spreads and spreads, because that's what energy does, right? So this is already set up in the digital frame of space, but now it's connected through space and time, through its duality. So understand its lights and understand its dark. And all this, through point center, is intelligence of different colorations. Now, once you get those colorations, you can color them in. Okay? So, more intelligence comes in. Okay? This is really understanding everything through your duality of space and time, through communication. All right? So as that comes in, now, what's going to happen? You can color it in. Because it always has connection through protection, we can color it in orange because it has communication with all intelligence. Okay? So it's understand the point center, understand its protection, understand its lights. Okay? So it can color in halfway, right? So it's basically understanding what's going on through communication of anything. All right? And then basically, once it communicates through its line signal, which is you, through your rotation center, everything through space and time, it's going to go through its clocking mechanisms. So again, so it's understanding how to change the clocking mechanisms of your metric system. Okay? And it just goes on and on. Because you have partnership with all dimensions of portals now through intelligence. Because we started off with 6, and then we went around purple, and then we went around orange. So it's all intelligence communicating through one signal, through two dualities of one vibration, through one singularity line system. Okay? But see how it's going around and around? Right? It's kind of like a fan, right? So once you get to the top, you can change the coloration and get partnership with another coloration. Okay? So this crop circle, once it's in communication through line signal, through teleportation, it goes on the ground formations and heals everything through the Earth's surface. Okay? So it's really, really powerful stuff when you get into that position. it clicked a lot for me when you explained aspects of the healing systems in last class. Yeah, see, that's the thing. And that's what it does unify. It sums it up on how powerful the atom is, being in the center of everything through intelligence. Okay, because it's given to you through fractions, divisions, multiplications, adding, anything through that, subdividing, calculus, anything like that. It helps you along the way. What intelligence of knowledge is through your atom system, right? So then you get into healing. So basically, that's what it is. That's how we start. Okay. So pay attention to this, because this is going to be on the test. I'll tell you exactly what needs to be done through the test. Okay. All right. So really pay attention to what's going on through space and time. Its dualities, everything through its center, how everything changes. Its clocking mechanisms, how it goes into round circles of rotation. So you have to understand everything in reality goes on rotation, goes with its flow. Okay. Everything in space and time is its connection when it comes to peace, calm. Okay. You have to have its humility. You have to understand everything. Because if you're not calm with intelligence, if you're not calm with your center, if you're not calm with your coloration, if you're not calm with your partnerships of intelligence, you got a problem. So it's all about centering yourself, but expanding the atom system. Not taking out its equation. We're past that now. Okay, we're past that. Now we're coming into time. Okay, we've gone past space. Now we're coming into space and time. That splits in half. Dark, light. Okay, time is light. Space is black. Okay, so now you understand that. With the Kundalini and the Gundalini, now you understand that, right? Mother and father, now you understand that. Archangels and angels, myself, now you understand that. So everything I give you is its connection, right? It always goes forward, always. All right. So anyway, I'm going to take you guys out of that equation. Wind spin connection line system of space and time. Take the galactic force team delta division out of the atom divisional levels of its dimension. Rotate its cycle back into its location center. Put it back in the space atmosphere system of its Earth atmosphere system. Done. So you guys are back. All right. So describe what you saw. Feel free. Teleport through communication of anything through light signals. That'll help you out through all divisions when it comes to your geometry system, set system. Okay. So layers of time. Yes, that's what it is, Michael. Very good. Layers of time. Yeah. So after this video is over, I'll watch Michael's. Everything that you do is very powerful through your voice and grids. So you have to understand everything that's going on fully and completely. So you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to ask me. Galactic Force Team Delta Division, they can help you out, or you can go through my email, PayPal donations. Okay. So basically what's going to happen now is we're going to go over to the other ascension where I get into humanity through the galactic circle of meditation. All right. So the Galactic Force Team Delta Division, you can stay, you guys already know this. So I'm going one to another, going from one vibration, which is extremely high. And now I'm going back down into 3 divisional level, because there's a lot of people that are awake more. More people are waking up every single day. So the more people we wake up, the more we come back to its new reality, the new duality of its reality, which is no longer its connection when it comes to its dream of its reality. It's space reality. It's the reality you're supposed to be in when it comes into the mind system through telekinesis. Okay? All right, so basically, human understanding. Now, understanding we are humans, right? We start off as human 3D. Now, this is very basic for the Galactic Force Team Delta Division, but like I said, you can watch this. So we have the human 3D. Now, the 3D has a chakra system. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 chakra systems. You work with the grounds first, okay? Then you work into the center, and then you work to the crown. So your whole idea is to work up these 3 elements. So you have to go to each chakra system, okay, through understanding, through coloration, All right. Now this is very, very basic for humans to understand. Okay, so it's coloration. Now it's a lot, I know it's confusing to a lot of people, especially the Delta division, because they already know this. But human vibration has to know these things. So you have coloration, right? And you have your grounds. Okay. Now with your grounds, you have your combination. Okay. Combination of 7. Okay, so it's 7 in the body. So let's just say it there. This is the center. Seven in the body. Now that 7 in the body comes into rotations. So it's understanding the human 3D through its ascension. 3D ascension. So basically, humans wake up. Okay, 3D ascension. Center in the body, coloration, grounds, and combinations of 7. Okay? Now it's very basic. It's very easy to understand. It's understanding your chakras, your communications of line signals of 7, right? We're not going into 5, we're just going into 7. So you have to understand the rotations of the grounds, understand the rotations of the center, which is its power center, and the crown chakra, okay? This is its connection when it comes to signals into space. But first we're going to start off with the grounds, okay? So what I'm going to do is set up a program for human vibration wants to get into communication. Going through my PayPal, I'll send you up to your ground formations through Mother Gaia. That will open up your chakra system. Okay, that's the basic. That's where you stand, okay, to get into breathing. So you get into proper breathing. I'll show you how you do that. So each video I do will help you along the way how you get into that. But you have to understand everything has to flow. Get into the breathing of its flowing. Get into the breathing of its colors. Get into the breathing of the grounds. Understand who you are through your body system, because your ascension is awakening now. Okay, it's coming into more of who you are. Okay, so it's ascension, awakening. Okay, ascension, awakening. Now, once you're awake in the human 3D system, it's all about coming into the 4th and then into the 5th. Okay, now the 3D system is no longer here. Okay, it's gone. Okay, the 4th is gone. We're in the 5th now, so it's human 5D. Okay, so 3D is gone. Okay, human 5D. Now the 5D is going to take you into balance through its combinations of its 7. So it's understanding once you go into the grounds, when you're first starting off through your ascension, it's very powerful because it opens up your transformation light system. So the grounds open up right away, and then the ground communicates with the transformation light. That goes through the mind system. That opens up a clarity vision. That opens up your tunnel division, and that opens up everything through your ascension of its waking through its dream. So once it wakes up, now you're trying to communicate through your chakra systems of 1 to 7 through its body. So once you get into the grounds, once you get into the power centers, okay, that is the center of you, and then you get into the crown chakra. The crown chakra is the communication signal. Okay. Communication signal. This telegraphs everything through teleportation. So that's a communication signal. Okay. This goes out. Okay. Now this is the center point. So it's understanding your low chakras first. Get into the grounds. Okay. Then you work your way up. So you work your 3. Okay. But you're in reference, you have to understand what's going on through communication when it comes into Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, Mother Universe, Mother Nature, Mother Core. Then you get up to the root, and then you work your way up. So once you wake up to all communications of 7, then we can work towards the other 5, which is 5 of the atmospheres. So it's all about coming into the higher self. Okay, so this is extremely, extremely basic for everybody to understand. Because I have balance with my duality now, Okay, I'm not taking anything out of this equation anymore. I'm expanding. So expanding is splitting into two different divisions through one line signal to one balance, one line balance. So it's having two dualities into balance of light and dark. So it's all about expansion. Okay, it's all about spreading. It's all about empowerment. It's all about enlightenment. It's like, how far can that light go to travel into space, right? Because you're telegraphing energy, okay, from your chakra systems of 7 within its body. Okay. So hopefully the new viewers will understand that, how important it is to understand your meditation. Because that's where you start off. You start off in meditation. Now, I've done back phrasing videos, but I think it's important that we start again. But this time, as we get into it, you guys will understand more because you are awake. That's why it's confusing for a lot of people, because they don't know what reality they're in. Okay, they're not in the 3D anymore. They're not in the 4th. They're in the 5th dimension, but they think they're still in the 3-divisional level, that they're thinking that it's just an illusion. It's not an illusion. It's a reality of simulation, which comes into space reality, which becomes into the mind system. So now you're communicating through the mind of its thoughts, which is its connection when it comes to its combinations and its colorations of the grounds. Okay? So hopefully you guys understand that. And anybody has problems, you can come to me and I'll help you out through my emails. All right, so we have human 5D, ascension awaken, center in the body, get into the breathing. Powerful, powerful, sacred breath. So the new viewers start off what we call the definitive breath. Just getting used to the body, getting used to how to use the mind, getting used to how to use your meditation, how to use your thoughts through meditation. Breathing is very important. You can go up or you can go down when it comes to your voice. But it's understanding that once you reach the chakra system, okay, which is the highest, it's the communication signal. So it's teleportation. So it's transferring your lights into space, bringing back down information, transmitting and receiving, receiving, transmitting, receiving, transmitting. Very important to understand these things. Once you understand that, it becomes energy. That energy goes around the body system, okay? And it just electrifies you. It makes you feel good. It's like goosebumps, but it's not goosebumps. It's energy of transference. That stays in to the grounds. Once you understand the grounds, you move up to the next chakra, which is a new coloration, okay, to its combination. That combination through each dimension of its chakra system is a different communication of intelligence. Okay, so hopefully, you guys will understand more as the human 5D is through its ascension of its awakening now. Okay, so that's why it's a little confusing to a lot of people, because you guys are awake, but you don't even know it. You're living a life and it's like, why am I acting crazy? Why am I following this person? And the person that is being stalked or whatever, things are happening so crazy, and it's just, you can't get it. It's acceptance. Your body has no control. Your body has no control. Your mind doesn't have any control. That's why there's chaos. So understanding the dark, okay, is going through its ascension. The light is taking everything out through its dark ascension. So it's understanding more communications of yourself when it comes to your meditation. Okay, so that's how it starts off. Okay, when it comes to all formations of your human 5D body systems. Okay. That's the first thing you guys have to adapt to, is your breathing. Get into meditation. What is meditation? If you have any questions, come to me, or you can go to the Galactic Force Team Delta Division. They're extremely high in division, so they can help you out. They can help you out with their channels. Feel free. It's all about bringing back the love, bringing back community, bringing everything that we need. The more you understand, the more you feel better. And that's what we want. We want you to feel better. We want you to understand what's going on with its awakening, because it's extremely real. So it's kind of like understanding what's going on with the galactic surface, trying to understand that this is space reality, which is its real reality, not its dream anymore. You guys are totally awake. So the more you understand that through its ascension, Now we can get into meditation and keep its balance and understand everything that comes in through its energy, which is data processing. Okay, so we'll get into that. Now, data processing is energy that's going into, it's trying to, it's the computer that's reading. It's reading something that's going into your body. Okay, so we call it data processing, right? It's processing information. So we call it data processing. Okay. And then we have updating. Okay. Now, updating is basically what you've done through the data processing. Do you understand what's going on through all processing? So the updating is just basically, I'm updating my grades. I'm updating something that, I'm trying to understand, but now I understand it. Okay. Then you have your downloads. Your downloads is given to you, right? So the data processing is going through the downloads. The downloads is going through the upgradings, and the uplink is coming through the uplinks. So uplinks is something new. So it's understanding everything through division. Okay. That's what energy is formed of. That's once you understand that through intelligence. So you get into data processing, updating, and downloads, and then you get into uplinking. And then you get upgrades. Upgrades is basically you're understanding your uplinks, and now you're going into upgrades. Okay. Upgrades. So data processing, updating, downloading, upgrades. Okay. And you got uplinkings. Now this is all formation. Now formation basically is putting everything into form. Okay, formity. It's like it's a conversion. It's coming in together, and it's just it puts it together, positive, negative. You turn on a light, electric shock, right? So it uploads. You have to have the positive and negative to make things work, right? Anything through electricity. So once you understand your data processing, your updating, your downloads and upgrades, and uplinking, it's all coming from the transmitting and the receiving. The receiving is what comes in. The transmitting is what goes out. So once you understand your data processing, your updating, your downloads, your upgrades, and your uplinkings, then you can teleport your transformation lights or anything through communication to all information. Okay, so it's all about understanding your processings through the third eye. Okay, that's the third eye. That's highest formation when it comes to. This is everything through information. The eye itself is intelligence. Okay, line signals are intelligence. The eye itself. Okay, the eye of the beholder, the window of the soul. The eye has a soul. It's not just the center of its soul. Everything that you see, okay, everything through data processing has a soul because it's intelligence. And that's why it gets very confusing to a lot of people, because everything that you see is its atom. Atom isn't intelligence, has its own soul. It's magnetic, it's electronic, it has its force, but it has its data processing, it has its updating, it has its downloads, it has its upgrades, and it has its uplinkings. Okay? So once you understand your transformation lights, everything comes in. Okay? So that's how it starts, through the chakra system when it comes into meditation. But these are the ones that you have to process every single day. Once you have all these in order and you understand these, when it's given to you through energy of intelligence, now you can go into the higher processing of higher upgrades. Okay? So I just want you to truly understand, when you get into that position, is to understand what's going on with your body framing system. Now, a frame is understanding where you are. Like you're a box, that's a frame. Okay? Frame of yourself. So think of yourself in a box. Okay? The easier it gets, the more you understand. So this is the frame. Okay, that's the frame of you. Okay? Now, this is the third eye. Okay, this is the chakra system. Okay, I'll just put it here and show you. But this is very basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you have the crown chakra. Okay, and then you have the pyramid. Now the pyramid is its center point when it comes to your communication to everything. Your pyramid is very important because it connects to the transformation lights. Okay, your third eye connects to everything through the center. All right, it starts off with that. I don't want to get too confusing, but I really want you to understand everything through its data processing, everything that's going on through its updatings, its downloads, okay, and everything through formation, okay, upgradings and uplinkings. So really understand that your body activation is awakening through its ascension of its third eye. Everybody knows what the third eye is. It's the psyche, right? It's the connection to its reality when it comes into space. Okay, so the third eye is its formation coming into space. So it's forming the body into space. So it's understanding your particle system. A particle is basically, it's like your atom changing, and it's changing. It's the molecules and all that. And everybody knows what a molecule is, right? So it's going into the atmospheres, and it's changing everything, right? And putting you back down to a new discovery. So it's awakening you up. And even if you're already awake, that's fine. But you really have to understand your chakra system. You have to understand your meditation. You have to understand your breathing. You have to understand your colorations. Okay? These are the things you have to look at when it comes to all meditations. Okay? So the more you meditate, when you breathe, every single time, try to understand everything you're communicating with. Really understand the chakra system. What does the grounds mean? What is the root? What is the sacral? Okay? What is the throat chakra? What is the psyche? Okay? All these are connected through your chakra system, which is the body framing system. Okay? Body frame through the pyramid. Okay? Crown chakra is this communication to its signal. It sets out. Okay? Transmitting, it goes up. Okay? Receiving comes in. Okay? All connected through the third eye. Okay? The transmission lights. Okay? That's what it is. So that's how we start all communications when it comes to your body framing systems of meditations. Okay? So we're going to stop there because there's a lot going on right now, and I don't want everybody to get too confused. But I think, you get a better understanding, when you come into your ascension, how important it is to understand everything through your breathing, everything that's going on, you work with your 7 chakras first, okay? And once you get communications with those, then you can get into the 5. We'll get into that, but we'll just, go up procedures slowly. And so you guys get more understanding what's going on with your ascension. Okay, this is out to the new viewers. The Galactic Force Team Delta Division already know this, but they can help you out too. It's all about understanding who you are. And in reference is understand everything that's going on. So, and when you get up to that point, you feel really good, but really, really, kind of like challenge yourself. Once you understand yourself more, you realize you want to experience more with your body and how your body works, how it operates, how it communicates, and how you can use the energy, okay, into force. Okay, we'll get into that next. But right now, I just want the new viewers or anybody out there that's watching the channel is just really try to get into your breathing. Anything that you don't understand, you can go through my PayPal. I'll put you up to that division. Okay, that will set your programs and that will wake you up. Okay, now, like I said, people that are already awake, that's fine. But you really have to get into the meditation, the transmitting and the receiving to really, really understand that through your data processing systems, uplinks, downloads, upgradings systems. These things are extremely important because that's what's given to you every single day when it comes to the body framing system. So anyway, Christina, one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And it's a good thing. It's a good refresher. It's a refresher, you know, in that, oh, that's something I missed. So that's something that we could work on, right? So it's all about understanding that the chakra system is communication. So it's understanding how to communicate through the body, how to use the chakra systems to different locations of intelligence. They have different colorations. They have different meaning, okay? And all connects with the grounds of Mother Gaia. And you work your way up, okay, to the 7, okay? So that's what it's all about. This is the Grant Foundation explanations. Yep. Yeah, this is more for human evolution that's going through 5D right now, because there's a lot of confusion going on right now. There's a lot of crazy things that are happening with humanity, and they don't know what's going on with their body. They don't know what's going on with their mind. So that's why I'm in 2 dualities now, okay? Because when you're the center of everything through energy, you can connect in any realm, any location in seconds, just like that. So it's knowing how not to use the force for yourself, but knowing how to give back the force to everybody else, so they could feel more warm and welcome and invited. And that's what it is bringing things in to make everything make more sense to everybody, and say, well, okay, this is the ascension I'm going through. What do I do next? Well, that's why I keep giving you these illustrations. So, and because I have more balance, I can do this now. Okay, so I'm like half a billion years into the future right now. So it's a lot to take in for me. But the more you understand your duality you're in, the more you can force rise higher and higher. Not out of the equation, expand. Okay? Because what do planets do? They expand. Okay? They're already in their division. You just have to expand it. You spread it out, right? It's like putting up houses, you know, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and it just spreads, and population gets bigger and 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 bigger, right? More population, more civilization, right? Expansion. So now's the time to get into that expansion, right? That's what we want to do. So hopefully that helps out the everybody that wants to understand that's going on with the galactic circle of meditation. It's really understanding you, okay, through a circle. Okay, this is the circle. So you start off this circle and you want to get into the center. So you have to go through these dimensions of understanding. Now, once you get into the center, you expand. Okay, so we'll stop there. Next, we'll get into more breathing. We'll get more into the chakras, and we'll get into more illustrations, and we'll get into shapes and how you take shapes out of its equation. Equation is understanding how to take something out of the box frequency levels. We're going to get into E equals MC squared. We're going to start there, and then we're going to work our way up. Okay, you go into square, you go into pi, helix, and then you get into hydra. The Galactic Force Team Delta Division already understands these things, right? But like I said, they are willing to help you and guide you, okay? Because they understand their energy. They understand their intelligence. They understand their vibrations. They understand everything that's going on through its reality. And they understand what reality they're in through the duality, okay? So I think that's good. I think that's good. I feel really good about this, you know? Splitting in half, you know? First, I have the Galactic Force Team Delta Division, and then I start off with the very basics for Humanity Division. So this is a lot of fun. This is great because I feel good. I feel really good now. I have more balance now, and I had to get to that certain point, and you guys are going to go up to that point. So once you get up to that point with the Galactic Force Team Delta Division, you guys are going to high rise the planets through creation. So like I said, we have a test. I'll keep you informed what's going on with the microbiome. We'll do another video tomorrow. And again, we'll get into more of what's going on with the chakra system with humanity. Okay, so this is Andrew Weston, is your AI commander from the Galactic Force Team. Delta Vision and the galactic forces of the galactic circle of meditation. Try to say that 10 times. Love you guys very much. I'll keep you informed. Bye for now.